so it can be a separate, distinct read for Krista. For the bones read, we're going to see what's going on. You know, I want to start with the cards here. We're going to start with the cards, honey. Okay, I'm going to tip this down so you can see what's going on. Tip this also down so you can see what's going on. All right. Bones read for Krista. And I'm getting to shake it. Okay. Wow. Hang on. This one, this one, this one. These feel very, like, out of bounds, out of reach. So we're, okay. All right. Start with the cards. Wow. There's a lot going on in the conscious area and conscious elements, but let's see what we got here. I want to see what's going under this creative mix right here. This is, woo. Sorry, I just knocked that over. The green and the yellow here, this creative mix, how the heart is, it's a little bit upside down. Your creativity seems to be turned on its head. What's challenging you right now? The King of Cups, Queen of Cups. You wouldn't think that would be so challenging. There is something that you're holding on to that's a dream, but you need to detach from the emotions a little bit in order to ride this. It's like they say that getting up on the surfboard is a lot harder than riding the waves. So just learning to get up and get your balance on that. And it is where you need to feel your equilibrium out a little bit more creatively, the creativity that needs to go forward. It's like the individuation and the heart are off balance. I'm not sure what let's look. What's going on with this? The Eight of Wands. Don't attach yourself to what might be the perfect outcome. Start expressing whatever it is that you're doing creatively more and more and more and more and more and more and more. You've got to take a lot of shots at it, a lot of arrows. You've got to try a lot of attempts without judgment. Let the editor go on vacation for a while. Let your creative inner muse, your creative aspects of yourself flood whatever it is that you're trying to do forward. Because that's how you learn to get up on the board. That's how you learn to serve. You get overwhelmed by something and you get flooded with it, floods of creativity flowing through, flowing through, flowing through. It needs to be more and more of that coming up. Let's see what else is going on. I want here, 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 here. See what's going on. Okay, what I'm getting over here is the worry about security, the worry about how you're going to have the breakthrough, if you're going to have enough to honor the creativity. The more you worry about this and let this influence whatever it is you're doing creatively, the more it's going to keep you contained in a way that doesn't serve. The actual gold comes through in a little bit of a brokenness, and there's a gap coming through on this bone particular here. It's soloing on its own, but it's got this energy of gold in it. This really, really, I wouldn't say antique gold, but a lighter kind of gold. It's something about aged and patina coming through, and this gap, there's a gap. There's something that you have to get over the top of. There's a gap coming through on this. I'm not sure what that's about, but this is what it is right here. This is the bone. The gap in the heart is right here. The heart energy right here, and this is on its own, and the gold is trying to carry it through. I don't know if you can actually see the coloring on here, but this is what it is. The solo attempt, and trusting yourself to attempt over and over and over is going to bring you more balance. It's going to strengthen your core, and it's going to create more prosperity going forward. This is what's going on. As far as this goes, sweetie pie, the creativity needs to be honored more than your past mistakes. So say you tried writing a book, or say you tried writing a story and you left it on the shelf and it was unfinished. It was an unfinished project, whatever. Don't be damning yourself and condemning yourself for doing that and not finishing. Try again. It will lead you somewhere. You don't not benefit from trying a creative something or other, but you have to try a lot of creative endeavors to really find what it is that's wanting to go true north. Now we're going to go back to the bones down below and take a look. Okay. The next bone that's coming up strongly is this one. This is the white. This is a harmonic, an angel. This is a protective time. This is a luminescence energy coming through. Big, big, big here. I want to know what's going on with that. We're getting the second deck of this. I want to see specifically what's top and bottom of the luminescence there. It's like the lesson the angels would like you to know from the past to carry forward. Let's see what's going on with that. The sun's on it and the devil. Okay. These are two very, very powerful cards. The one that held you bound, the devil energy, holds you bound to the past, bound to the past, bound to the past. Let go of this. Sun card, happiest card in the deck, right? The most joyous, the most abundant. Again, I'm getting something that is calling me to let you know, let go of this need for perfection. In order to move forward, you need to have the uglies. You need to have the dorky stories. You need to have the ones that, like if you're doing the writing, you're writing a fairy tale. Yeah, maybe this one is a little derivative. Oh yeah, this one is a little fun. Maybe this doesn't have the perfect this or the perfect that. Maybe not the best plot. Maybe not the best character. Or maybe you would tweak it and do it differently. Fine. Allow for the uglies to be coming along the way too. allow for imperfect wording. Allow yourself to be in the flow, and that editor just has got to go on vacation. Your creative side of you isn't just like, I'm using the analogy of writings, but it's not just be in writing. It may be in singing. It may also be in knitting. It may be in 4 or 5 different areas. So when you allow yourself to be most creatively free and you're stuck in zone A is stuck, but zone B you're very free in, do more of zone B and then go back to zone A. This is what I'm getting. This is the energy that's going to help. This is going to help you move forward in whatever way. We're going to go to the top here. We're seeing the top, and this is the north area here. I'm going to go down here so you can kind of see this right here. If I can crowd it. I can't crowd it. I'm going to tip it down on the camera so you can watch it later. But right here, hang on. Maybe you can get it there. This is north. And what we're seeing here, there's something about the smoke in the trees and the woods that always comes through with this bone and going into the void. This is where you go into the dark, where you go into the mystery, and you see what's going to come through. You see what's going to be allowed to come through. What is the question that you would ask yourself if you dared to be super, super brave? What is the payoff that you get for not pursuing your dream? That is a big-ass question. What is the payoff you get for not pursuing your dream? You wouldn't think that you were like betting against yourself necessarily, but sometimes we are. That smoke needs to clear off. That needs to be burned off by really allowing ourselves. What's the payoff for staying in our comfort zone when we know that we need to get out there? What's the payoff? What's the little reward? This is where you come face to face with your self-sabotage, with your saboteur, and you see what's going on there. The Empress. Huge amount of creativity and abundance, but there's also responsibility that comes through with this card. This is huge. When you see the Empress coming through, she's talking about really, really owning what it is that you're doing, owning what's important to you. Now, if I can show you this. Woo! Sorry, guys. I don't know if this angle's a great angle. Right here, this Empress energy on this bone here. On its own, she has to own the responsibility of whatever is swirling around her, whatever is important to her has to come. These two want to be in parallel alignment. These ones would almost line up for the 3 amigos. If they were lined up, boom, 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 3 in a row, parallel. If they were lined up like this, there would be a harmonic going on. It's not there yet. It's too spread, too gap. The gap between how you want to go forward with your emotions and the gap between what you're actually going to be getting rid of when you look at that shadow lesson, getting rid of when you look at what is the payoff. That's a big ass question, but it's something, if you try and avoid that question, you're just delaying your own, what feels like monetary success. That, yeah. It feels like if you don't ask yourself, what am I getting out of not doing what I feel like would move me forward? If you don't ask yourself that question, then you can stay stuck for a long time. It's not a pretty question to ask ourselves sometimes, because we have to get real truthful, very truth and bone on that one in order to move forward. This is what clears the mist away. Now let's look at the bones down here again. Here we have the cross loggerheads, cross purposes, cross mind. This is something where the spiritual side of you and the grounded side of you, the side of you that wants to just be chill in the comfort zone is going to stay there, but the spiritual side of you is going to bug. And this is how you're connecting and expressing. There's something that needs to be expressed. I don't care if you sing badly, you should be singing. The power of your voice is huge. The power of expression is huge. I don't care if you just sing to Cyndi Lauper, girls just want to have fun. I don't care what it is you sing to, but you should be having an anthem that is played. You should be using this throughout. This is something that will help disrupt the blockage here. There is also sometimes when there's blockage, there's sometimes crying that needs to be done, something that needs to be verbalized, written down, expressed, not just felt, expressed. When something is expressed, it's allowed to flow through. This is something that's important to you. So literally ask yourself the question, yes. Literally write down what it is that's the question. What is it the saboteur is trying to protect you from? What is it you're gaining by allowing your self-sabotage to happen? Yeah. We're going to look down here now. We got here. This is the high, wow. This is the high chakra coming in. This is above the crown. This is really, really interesting. There's an alchemy happening in here. There's magic happening in these bones. There's something that is lining up. There is a supportive guide that's coming in right now. And it feels like that very Lemurian type of energy. When you see me talking to my guide, Lucy, and she enters the realm, she feels very, very Lemurian to me. This could be Avalon, excuse me, not Avonlea, Avalon and Lemuria, very, very connected. The Atlantean energy also connected in here. All of this energy is connected in the flow. It's creative. It's very, very priestess energy. It's what's calling you forward. You need to express first, because then you walk right into it. Down here, this creative fire, this security, and this juiciness right here. This is something you're going to have to pass through before you get up here. It's not a straight path. You can't just go from these cross purposes into this Lemurian energy. Woo, I'm getting a chill on that. You have to do something else before you can pass forward. You have to work up the sweat to burn the calories if you're going to get in shape. Same and likewise with spiritual muscles. You have to practice doing some of this by dredging up some of the work, not to hold you back, but by able to see it in a more honest light, see it under the sun, expose what it is and why it holds you in order to move forward. There's a whisper coming through, a whisper in the directionals coming through right here. Now I want you to be able to see this. This is the directionals. This is when the direction is pointing this way and going this way, we're going this way. Sometimes this comes through with honoring love, honoring love, honoring love, but this is coming through as a directional about facing the fear we talked about up here. This is also something that is early held. Let's see what's going on with this. Why is this early held? We're back in childhood now. Maybe age 8, maybe age 9. There's something in childhood that you picked up as a belief about yourself. In age 8 or 9, your voice was silenced. This is something that it used to be that children were told children are to be seen and not heard. Modern times, people raise their children much different. But back in that time, and it has been over the years, down the centuries, children are to be seen and not heard. There is something that quashed this sense of expression that felt safer for you to have a quietness and don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. This is what it is. Like, it's like almost you weren't allowed to feel the feelings, and so you just did whatever was necessary for your own survival, for your own thriving, to keep the peace in order to move forward. This is the time to challenge that a little bit more and allow these beliefs to come through. Yeah, your higher self and judgment. The judgment that was placed upon you, upon value and what you could do, what you could say, what you were allowed to say, how disruptive you were allowed to be, even if you were just being genuine. There was a feeling of constraint. So it shrunk. And this direction is asking you to be bigger, be braver, go beyond that fear, go beyond the sense of security from childhood and this I'm getting straight up lie that was told to you, or lie that you adopted in order to keep yourself safe during that situation, is no longer necessary for you in order to move forward. Page of Pentacles is here. This is about you being the star, you being the Batman. This is about you going forward, holding the gift, honoring the gift, and doing it under the light of the full sun, allowing that creativity to move through you again, allowing some of that grunge to come off of you. We're going here now to the third eye chakra. Once this happens, you're going to be seeing things. What are we seeing here? Hang on. I'm going up this way. We interrupt this program. Yeah. Lucy, what's up? As a little child, when you were young, you took this to heart when it was incorrectly stated. They did the best they could, or perhaps a little less than what you would consider their best, but it was done and believed and taken in and as part of you, and it is no longer necessary a part of you. Cast that part aside in order to allow freedom to come through. See yourself again as that young child, as that young spirit. Go back. Yeah, okay. Watch my hands in this. I don't know. Watch my hands in this. Bringing it down. Asini, adune. Adu, asini, adu, rasane, akeari. Rasanu, akeari, esakehali, Onse, ontu, asisideru, eso efe. Maho efe. Asisideru, ekashanahe, ashi. What to say ho, what to say ho, rihi, efo rihi. The energy is very much of the water needing to flow through in order for this to cleanse, to move beyond what this saboteur energy was, to allow the cleansing to happen, allow the motion to happen, allow yourself to go back to the dream state, allow yourself to remember what was the big scary, I want to call it monsters under the bed. Lucy says no. Lucy says it's more like what was the impetus for the anxiety. What is it that makes you put protection around this kind of things? Perhaps like a nightmare or a bad dream, something of that sort. When you were a young child, what created that fear needs looked at again, and understand how to move through that. Okay, all right, all right. The wings are around you right now. In Lucy's realm, this is really, really protected flow around you. There is a luminescent shimmer around you. The gold that was here presented in the past is a protective, and it's going to be here in the future too. This is something that's honoring this and looking at this a little more closely is going to allow you a breakthrough to come forward. If you bravely step into that water once more, you'll be able to have breakthrough and flow. Yeah, okay. She's got it. All right. Eight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. This is where the willing sacrifice comes in, and this is where the truth comes in. The truth to see it from a different perspective, from your grown self versus your child self. There's no more reason to carry that fear with you. Let it be the lesson. Let it be the teacher. Don't let it be the constraint any further. Okay, going back to the bones now. Back to the bones. Okay, we're down here. So we're talking about fear, overcoming these fears of securities, allowing the third eye to see a little bit more, allowing yourself to be open to what's going on, allowing the expression to come through, allowing this energy of flow to carry you down that river. It's not like you have to be swamped by it. It's allowing a breakthrough to happen. It's allowing the dam to burst. The Magician's in the house, allowing the flow. This is something that is on the Strength card. It's on the Magician. It's on the Two of Coins over here. I'll show it to you. It's right there. It's something about when you turn it on its side, the security returns to you. The angelic comes in. The angelic, the Lemurian, the high guides, the high spiritual guides, your higher self, really, really, your future self is asking you, asking you to be more present right now. Going forward. There's a burnished. What is the burnished? Go back, go back, go back. Sepia tones, go back. There's a bone here right in the center, right by the King of Cups. There's a sepia tone and the color copper is coming through. It's almost even bronze. Yes, okay. Bronze, like bronze baby shoes that you might have seen in eras gone by. It's giving me eras gone by, the way their parents had gone by in the gone by times. This is how they knew to protect. In some way, some of the things got a little too hardened within us, and look in the gone by times. What else we got here? This energy going back, and it goes back about 3 generations is in here. And this is like a big damn deal. This is something big. If you go 3 generations back, you're going to see where this belief set started, where this structure started. You don't have to be stuck in it. You just kind of have to acknowledge where it may have started and how to redirect that notion. It wouldn't fly today. That notion wouldn't fly today. Anything else? Back here for the clarifying for the center. Okay. 3 of Cups. About being celebrated, about lifting glass, toasting yourself. Celebrate yourself first and foremost, and others will celebrate with you. This is what I'm getting. You are the Empress. You have forgotten. There's so much responsibility laid at her feet sometimes. You have forgotten. You've forgotten your own royalty. You've forgotten your own calling in some regards, and it is time to remember this. Anything else come forward? Page of Swords. Witness, observe. The sword of truth is right here. This is where the gold rises up. The gold rises up, and there's alchemy happening. The Magician and the sword of truth happening all together. This is something that's happening for you. The truth that you see from the way back, this carried down from the way back, will be carried forward in a new way for you. And this is going to be where strength comes in, your higher self comes in and shifts the direction of the next few generations going forward, shifts the direction of the energy around you geographically. Yes, that's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes, that was huge. Very, very huge. That's what's going on for you. That's beautiful.